Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to cimnanya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So today we'll be talking something very important, and I am going to be very fast. It's really amazing how people wake up to say that Black people are very lazy, right? Then I am now understanding the concept how they use illegal migrants, right, to take away some job from Black people. Why? When Black people probably say that, we are going to charge like $10 per hour or something, like this is how much you're supposed to pay us per hour. What they do is they use illegal migrants to replace Black people and then sit back to say that Black people are lazy. Is it wrong for somebody to, get a fair pay for the labor they do? That is not something wrong. But they will look for a way to replace Black people's job and sit back to say Black people are lazy, right? And Donald Trump going around looking for a way to generate AI videos with Black people saying that he is all loved by Black people are in support of him, Black people are upholding, and the rest of it. If Black people really love you that much, why are you using AI generated pictures? Because I really don't understand why that is happening. Everybody's all looking for a way to benefit from Black people, but they are not willing to give Black people. You know what? Let's get into this.
It took me a while to recognize the pattern in U.S. history of the United States recruiting immigrants to come and do work that they didn't want to pay Black people to do. So immigrants arrive and they're taking these jobs and they see Black people out of work and are told it's because they're lazy and they don't want to work, as opposed to being told the truth, which is the reason why you're here is because we don't want to give opportunities to Black people, or that Black people are not working because they're advocating for better working conditions, because it'll take newly arrived immigrants, particularly those who arrive as refugees and don't want to risk having to return to their countries of origin, a while to realize that their working conditions are poor and they're going to be mistreated as well. And that this history does go all the way back to just post-emancipation. Plantation owners recruited Chinese laborers to come and do the work that slaves used to do because they didn't want to have to pay former slaves for the work that they felt entitled to receive for free. And an interesting byproduct of that history is that Chinese laborers came and quickly found out that they don't like working in the field. And as poorly treated as they were by white people, they were afforded rights like the ability to open businesses and buy properties. So the former Chinese laborers opened up grocery stores catering to Black people. So that's where that history of Asian American owned businesses operating in Black communities came from. But my understanding is back then it was more symbiotic because these Chinese owned grocery stores charged significantly less than white plantation commissaries did. But it's interesting to me that people resist this idea that opportunities are kept from Black people because we have in place a white wealth and power structure that doesn't want to pay for what it felt entitled to receive for free, when that's literally the history of it.
It's an election year, which means the war for your votes has begun, and recently there's been a lot of people sharing images that show that Donald Trump is beloved within the Black community, that he is definitely locked in the Black vote. And they're sharing these pictures to prove it. They're like, look at him, look how comfortable he is, look how happy he is with all of these Black supporters. He fits right in with them. Isn't it beautiful how Donald Trump has the support of the Black community? But of course, these images are fake. They're AI generated. But that's not stopping people from sharing them, posting them all over social media, saying, look, here's the proof that he's not a racist and that Black people love him. In fact, this image right here, when I first saw it, it came with a whole story about how he was on his way to a rally and driving through a poor neighborhood and saw these young men and was like, I want to talk to them, stop the car, I want to sit on the porch, chop it up with the bros. Now, I haven't seen Donald Trump share those images, but he does like sharing AI-generated fictional images of himself. Did you all know I was in the Revolutionary War? Bet you didn't know that. I was right there fighting alongside George Abraham to win the country's goals. Or how about when he shared an AI-generated image of him in church? Because it's such a rare sight, you have to generate it in AI. And just in case anyone's like, are we sure this is AI? Yes, because 6 fingers. Although I do think it's funny if he had 6 fingers. He'd be like, everyone wants to say I have small hands. How is that possible when I have 6 fingers? How could my hands be small with so many fingers? But as long as Donald Trump's supporters are out here willing to use AI to try and make him look good, why just stop with black voters? You know who else loves me? Puppies. So many dogs love Donald Trump. They all tell me all the time, you know, Donald Trump, if we could vote for you, we would. We'd vote for you in a heartbeat. This is what all the dogs say. Speaking of voting, I've locked in the Muppet vote. Muppets love me. Definitely want me. The poll numbers don't lie. I'm trending bigly with the Muppets. Muppets are coming out for Donald Trump. But it's exhausting splitting my time between the campaign trail and my job at the steel factory. Putting in hours making good old American steel. You know, after such long days, I have to unwind. You might think I'd be out playing golf, but no. I'm out kite surfing. I'm a kite surfing champion. Surprised you don't know that about me. Kite surfing world champion. Best in the world. 14 years running. You know, inevitably when I post about Donald Trump, I'll have a few who are like, you suffer from Trump derangement syndrome. That's what it's called when I point out how ridiculous this is. Yet you all the same bunch who love this and think this is amazing. What do you call that? If me saying this is ridiculous is derangement, what do you call all of you thinking this is?
So this is all I got from this. But first of all, I'm going to start from the first video. Now let me say this. If you are still part of the people that say that African Americans or black people are lazy, you are actually on the wrong side. Now let me say this. There is nothing wrong with people getting equal pay for their labor, you know. And look at, they really have been fighting black people, and when black people talk about it, it looks like you all are complaining, you all are lazy and all that. No, it is not. I mean, when somebody is working and ask for, I mean, like, you know, that you pay him or pay her something equal to what his or her job is and all that. I mean, how does somebody work and you are not giving them the accurate money, or you are not paying them what they are supposed to get? So instead of that, what they do is they let immigrants come in and they take over some jobs, that because when black people complain that the money you are paying us is not enough, they get immigrants and then they take over black people's job and all that. And then when they say black people do not want to work, but you all are looking for people that will do that job for less. They do not want to pay the actual money that they are supposed to pay. They look for people that will do it lesser and then sit back and complain about people wanting equal pay for, like, you know, wanting equal pay for what they, I mean, the labor they do. I think that is the right thing to say. Why the pan color people actually do not have to struggle, because they know, oh yeah, for example, yeah, I am charging $10 per hour. They know that they are supposed to pay them $10 per hour without even any stories and all that. But a black person is not supposed to get that same $10, because a black person really have to work extra hard to get the same pay and all that. And you all sit back and you think that it's cool, like, you know, you all sit back and make up stories, give out their jobs to immigrants because you are looking for cheap labor, and then turn around to say black people are late. No, you know, there are some certain things I read about and I am really very much confused, and then I understand where black people are coming from. Because if I did not read all these things, I probably would be somewhere talking like an ignorant without knowing. But I am happy that I am able to understand. That's why I am speaking, you know. I remember some of them saying that black people are not smart to do some certain jobs. And I was like, for real? Is that really how they see us? Do they really see us this way? You know? I mean, black person is not smart enough to be a manager, right? But a black person will train a manager or train other people to become a manager, and you all are going to, I am tired of some certain things that I hear and see happening and all that. They say black people are built for labor, not for some certain positions, because we are not smart enough to handle some certain positions. It's really amazing. Really. I have seen so many black people trained, colored people on the job, and they get better position than the person that trained them. How is that? That I am training, like, probably I am the engineer in a firm and I am training you all to know some certain things, and then they put you all ahead of me. I that trained you all. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.